Today we are gonna talk about everything that I learned while working as a busboy for 2 days when I was 12 years old before I quit the job, because it was horrible. Listen and watch and learn why. I think I might be in one of those magical, beautiful places on the entire planet. I am in Niteroi, which is a subset of Rio, Brazil. Right there is an Oscar Niemeyer architecture. It's a museum created by the famous architect Oscar Niemeyer. If you are from South America, you know exactly who he is. If you're not, well, he's a legend. I don't know what to tell you. He makes incredible architecture, or he made, past tense, but basically it looked like stuff that they thought the future would be in 1960s. So today we're gonna talk about what I learned as a 12-year-old busboy for 2 days before quitting that miserable job. It was the worst job I've ever had in my life. Number one, always work with ethical people. These people were anything but ethical. In fact, you know what they had me do? They used to have these little trays of cream cheese that they put on the tray on the table, and they would literally, if someone didn't finish the cream cheese on the table, they'd have me take it to the back and refill the same tray without cleaning it, not to waste the little bit of leftover that's been eaten from. It's disgusting, nasty. They had incredibly low standards of cleanliness in that joint. It was disgusting. What is the significance of that? Number one, top-down leadership. They could care less about anyone else. They really don't care. They didn't care about anyone else. They didn't care about sanitary standards or bacteria or any of this stuff. And what happened is you end up with a mutiny situation. See, I was a busboy, the bottom of the barrel, but there was also waiters and other teenagers who were working there. Okay, I was 12, and all of us knew how nasty and filthy everything was. So we used to clean everything before we would eat it ourselves, because we'd get like free lunch. We would, one of the waiters showed me how to use the cappuccino maker steamer to disinfect all the forks and knives and everything I would eat with before eating it. But meantime, they're serving it to people like this. It's really messed up. Top-down leadership. You gotta have good ethics from the top down. That's really important. Also, when you work with people who are completely unethical, and I'm talking about they used to take the dirty cloth napkins off the table and have us dry the dishes with the dirty napkins that people wipe their mouth with. It was filthy. Okay, people like that cannot be trusted. When I quit after day 2, they didn't give me my tips. I kid you not. Now, mind you, I know I earned tips because my pediatrician randomly showed up at that restaurant. It was a complete coincidence, and he told me later on he left me a big tip, which I didn't get. So I even know I got a big tip that they screwed me out of. Now, can you imagine screwing a 12-year-old kid out of their tip? Like, think about that. Next thing to learn, okay, from this experience, always negotiate prices up front before service is delivered. I made the extremely naive mistake of of asking them how much I get paid, and they said, well, work a little bit and we'll tell you what it's worth to us. Ouch. Know what it was worth to them? $2 an hour. Forget minimum wage! That's not even minimum wage in a third world country. $2 an hour. I'm in New York City, man. I know it was like a job for a 12-year-old, but still, $2? That was a bummer. And I didn't find that out until after the work was done. So basically, I quit after 2 days and made like, I don't know, what does that work out to be? Like 30, 40 bucks or something. It was like really, really bad. That job absolutely stunk, but I learned a lot. Now, looking back with adult eyes, I could have easily identified that I was gonna get this miserable $2 an hour salary or something equivalently pathetic. The way I could have done that was as soon as they told me that I should reuse the people's dirty cloth napkins off the table to dry the supposedly clean forks and knives and plates, you can right away know that these people aren't gonna give you more than they have to. They're gonna give you the absolute lowest amount of money that they can to make you stay, not a penny more, okay? So once you identify that, that's lousy to work for. It's okay for people to be frugal, that's totally okay, but miserly is not okay. Never work for the miser. It's okay. Working for the frugal person, totally cool. I got a lot of respect for people who are careful with their money. But careful with their money doesn't mean being a jerk and paying a 12-year-old $2 an hour, then screwing them out of their tips and wiping down people's plates that they're about to eat with someone's dirty napkins that's bacteria laden. Okay, I mean, this was pre-COVID, but still, come on, it's disgusting, you know? All right. The other thing is never work for people who you don't feel are ethical. If those people don't live up to your ethical standards, don't work for them. Because one of the things they made me do, now mind you, I say they made me do because at 12 years old, I didn't have enough backbone to stand up and say, no, hell no, I ain't doing that. But I should have, and I regret not doing that. But at 12, it's reasonable not to have that backbone yet. Today, I would be like, hell no, listen to what they did. They had only regular coffee. They had no decaf in this crappy joint. They did not have decaf coffee, but they wanted to sell decaf coffee. So they told me when people ordered decaf, listen. When they ordered decaf, tell the person, okay, you're getting decaf, you're getting regular. And then when you deliver the coffee, they only had regular coffee, but I would put 1 cup down in front of the person and go, oh, here's your decaf and here's your regular, just to make sure that they believe that they're actually getting decaf coffee, but nobody got decaf. There was only regular full caffeine. And if somebody had some form of allergic reaction to caffeine, which I don't know if that even exists for real, or if that's hypochondria or whatever, they were screwed because everybody got caffeinated coffee in that joint. Now, I really didn't feel good about giving my pediatrician, who ordered decaf coffee, regular coffee, and saying it's decaf. That sucked, okay? And right then and there, I felt like it was my ethical standards were being pressed. However, I was 12 and I was too young to stand up for my point, you know? Today, I'd never do that. I'd say, hell no. All right, anyway, the point is never work for someone you don't believe in their ethics. If you think they're unethical, do not work for them. Straight up, go find somebody else to work for. Or work for them only on your own terms, but I can pretty much assure you that won't last long. So, all right, on those fine words from this incredibly fine place with beaches and museums with incredible Oscar Niemeyer architecture and oh my God, Rio, Brazil, you guys gotta come out here. This is amazing. There's like an island behind me and a small island right there. It's pretty hard to beat this joint. All right, come on out here, Rio, Brazil. I'll see you in the next video. Hello. I'll see you in the next video. Like, share, subscribe, and always learn from every experience in life. You know, even at 12 years old, a lousy busboy job, a lot to learn from there. Think about that, think about it. See you in the next video. Thank you for watching.